Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining.
I'll give it a sec.
Okay. Can I go?
They're coming in.
Oh, okay. Hey, Hannah, should I start this? Hi, everyone. Don't know if you can, I'm assuming everybody can hear me. It's good for you to join us. We're going to wait a couple minutes to let some stragglers come in. This is a very exciting webinar for me. So I want lots of people to learn a lot from this meeting. But we'll wait until 12:03 Pacific time, and then we'll get started. All right. 12:02. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Insurance Hacks. I'm Brad Rubin. This gentleman, handsome gentleman below me is Sam Rubin. Happens to be my son. I've known him for all 28 years of his life. Really excited about getting this webinar going and talking to you about AI and practical ways that your agency can use AI to be more efficient, et cetera. So first, welcome to Insurance Hacks. It's a webinar series that we've been doing for a couple years now. This actually is only our second webinar that we've done this year. It's been a busy year already. Little about Archway. We're an IT support company, technology consulting, digital marketing for independent insurance agencies. I always joke, we have no normal clients, only independent agents, but your technology requirements, the software that you use is different. And it requires, we feel having specialized skills in it gives us an advantage. This is me. I've been helping agencies with tech for 40 years. Spoken to thousands of agencies like you, et cetera, and happy to talk to you in the future. The goal of this webinar series is not for us to be selling you on products and services, giving you demos of products that we're selling, et cetera. When we invite guests on, that's not what we do. What we do is it's about teaching you things and learning best practices from thought leaders like my son, who are going to talk to you about AI. First tech tip, we always do a tech tip, is gamma.ai. And when you see Sam's presentation today, it was all created within Gamma AI. So you tell Gamma what your topic is, it writes a design, you can make edits to it, and then you share and present. So how long did this presentation take you to make, Sam?
10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
And this is Sam. I won't go through everything about having a son that's a nerd, a big nerd.
Got it from you.
Yeah. So he's all about automation. I believe someday he'll be doing his 8-hour-a-day job in 20 minutes because he's going to have bots doing everything for him. So really happy to have him on. If you'd like to connect with me and talk about things outside of AI, like IT security and compliance, this is a link to scan a meeting with me. And by the way, this webinar is being recorded. So if you want a record, you can have it. All right. So one thing I do want to mention is don't be quiet, don't be shy. If you've got a question or you've got a comment on anything that Sam talks about in his presentation, please bring it to our attention through chat. My daughter Hannah is monitoring the chat and will interrupt us and get your question answered when it's appropriate. So I guess I need to, okay, yeah. So questions, please ask them as we're going. Okay, Sam, you want to take it away?
I shall. All right. So hey everyone, as my dad said, I'm Sam. I'm the Director of Automation and Customer Success here at Archway. And today we're going to be diving into AI for insurance agencies, but not in a boring tech-heavy way. We're going to be exploring real-world automations that will help you cut the grunt work, free up your team, and actually have these things run while you're sleeping. I'll be walking you through practical ways AI can help your agency save time and money, all starting today. I want to also set the stage that this session is going to be a plain English walkthrough. It's going to be how AI can help your agency. We'll look at real examples, not theories, and everything we cover is, again, going to be able to save you time.
Hey, Sam, get closer to your microphone, just because. Yeah.
So just to give you a little background about myself, who I am and why I'm here. I've been working in the intersect of tech and operations since about 2016. I started off as a software developer and a project manager. I was all about helping big teams streamline their work with automation. I also spent time in the ad tech space where I worked on a platform that delivered those way too personalized ads to you when you were browsing the internet. We were looking at real-time location data and behavioral signals. And basically we were building AI that could figure out where you were, what you cared about, and what ad to show you, all in milliseconds.
Pretty scary.
So now to present day, like I said, I lead the AI initiatives at Archway. I never thought I'd be in the insurance space, but as you guys know, Brad, he's a pretty good salesman. He's a pretty good recruiter. So he pulled me in. And my focus here is helping agencies like yours cut through the noise and really start to implement this stuff in ways that are going to save that time, reduce that work, and overall just make your system smarter. The reason I like to do this, it's simple. I've seen how much time teams lose on these repetitive tasks, and I've seen what happens when you get your time back. And that's what today is all about.
Okay, cool.
So let's break it down simply, especially if you don't consider yourself a tech person. AI, or artificial intelligence, it's basically a software that can do things we normally associate with humans, like writing, summarizing, organizing information, or making decisions. It's not magic, and it's definitely not here to just replace people. Think of AI like a super assistant. It's smarter than all of us in this room combined and can work just as fast as, or faster than all of us. It doesn't forget things, and it's great at handling repetitive or time-consuming work. And here's the
One thing I'd like to say, not to interrupt you, Sam, but is that AI is not going to replace you, but somebody who's skilled with AI will replace you. And that's what we're trying to give you here. Okay, go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
No, all good. And, just to kind of tie this off, you don't need a tech team to use these AI tools. You just need the proper guidance, the learnings, and the want to use these tools. So let's talk about some of the real everyday tasks that most agencies are still doing manually and how AI can step in to help. So for one example, a lot of teams are still retyping client info into various systems. So you get a form submission, someone has to go in, log it into your AMS, maybe update a spreadsheet, and then send an email. It's all the same info, it's just repeated busy work. AI can eliminate that. It can sync those fields across all of your systems for you. Or maybe you're copy and pasting quote options into emails. That takes time, and formatting it to look clean and professional adds even more. AI can generate branded quote summaries for you and fast. And another one I see constantly is digging through inboxes, trying to remember who needs a follow-up. AI can help you track those touch points, generate those email drafts, and even automate responses. So again, this isn't about replacing your people. This is about freeing them up to focus on people, not the paperwork. So let's say you wanted to start to dip your toes in AI without committing to anything too huge. These three things are simple, powerful, and take about 10 minutes or less to test. First up is rewriting a client email using Chat GPT. If you grab a recent message, maybe it's a renewal reminder or a follow-up, and paste it into Chat GPT, ask it to make the tone friendlier, include the carrier, and end it with a clear question. It will give you something polished and client-ready in seconds. Another use case is turning a messy PDF quote into a clean branded summary. Instead of copying and pasting each rate manually, you can feed it into AI and ask it to summarize the differences between quotes for a client email. Much faster and much more professional. Third is you can install an AI assistant directly into your inbox. Tools like Chat GPT for Gmail or Microsoft Copilot can summarize long threads, suggest replies, or even rephrase your writing to sound more confident or helpful. It saves time on every single email, and that adds up very fast.
Owen Peak just asked, did you do this presentation with AI?
This
Did
whole
AI help
deck
you?
was entirely made with Gamma.ai. You can give it your speaking notes and what you want to talk about in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. This beautiful deck was made. Cool. So now we're going to do a little Chat GPT challenge. So for those of you that have Chat GPT, and you can do this in the free version, I want you to go and see if you can find a clunky email, a not well-written email that you've done in the past, and we're going to use Chat GPT to clean it up. So I'm going to go ahead into a tab I have for Chat GPT where I just have something ready. And the email I chose was, "Hi, I'm Sam and I do AI. Do you want to work with me?" And I'm prompting ChatGPT to say, rewrite this email for a more professional tone, increase the clarity, give more context, and hook the prospect in. So all you have to do is paste that email in, give it what you want it to do with the email, and click send. And then ChatGPT will give you this beautiful email. And my ChatGPT, because I have the pro version, already has background knowledge on what I do, which is why it knew to fill in some of the additional fields like my name and some of the softwares I work with. But what yours will probably do is just, instead of saying best Sam Rubin, it would say best your name. It would give you some some filler words that you have to fill in, but you can keep prompting it more and more to give context. So now the challenge for you guys, if you want, go into Chat GPT, start putting that before and after into our chat. And then Brad here is going to be picking his favorite version that Chat GPT provided, choosing a winner, and sending you over a $25 Starbucks gift card for his favorite revised email.
Yeah, maybe we should send this via email instead. So brad@myarchway.com. And I will take a look and give a winner because the chat will get pretty busy.
Right on. Okay, so now let's level it up a little bit. So if you have ChatGPT Pro, they charge about $20 a month for a professional license. You can start building what's called custom GPTs. These are trained ChatGPT chats that can work in a specific vertical. So I'm going to be walking you guys through making a ChatGPT version that acts like an insurance agent. So how you would get there is there's an Explore GPT right here in ChatGPT. You'd click there and then go to create. Then it would prompt you with this window right here, where there's a create and configure and a preview. And I already have one filled in right here saying, you're an insurance agent named John. You work for ABC Insurance, which does insurance for exotic pets. You're based in Los Angeles and service clients all across the US. ABC Insurance also uses Applied System Epic as their AMS. I want you to provide clear, helpful, and prompt insurance support, whether it's issuing new policies, updating existing ones, answering coverage questions, or helping clients with claims. So all we have to do is send that, and then it's just going to ask a few follow-up questions. It's doing all the ChatGPT magic right here. The pictures always take a little longer, so bear with me here. So see, it even generated a little avatar of what our custom GPT is going to look like. And I'll just say, nope, looks good. So now it's just asking what should be emphasized or avoided and how John helps clients. I'm just going to say be client first and in your answers. Do you think John wants to talk? We'll say more formal. So you can keep configuring these things more and more. And so now that that's made right there, we can start saying, hey, John, I want to create a policy for my pet snake. What do you need? So it will literally act like an insurance agent here, getting all the information that it would need to fill into Epic, where they can start generating the policy.
So Sam, when you're training ChatGPT, so it remembers your training. So if you like have some more information that you want to give it about John, the pet insurance person, it will continue to sort of update and become smarter.
Yeah, exactly. So if in this chat window I said like, you also, sorry, wrong window. Like I could tell it, you also insure houses now. So you can constantly be updating these things to make them better. You can have it start pulling things from the chat once you deploy this to train itself look back at past conversations, so its knowledge base just gets better and better.
Very cool. Very cool.
And
All right.
so we have a few questions, if we can pause to answer. So
Sure.
one from Mike Blumfield. What makes ChatGPT different from Claude or Perplexity?
It's just different language models at the end of the day, and it really, from my POV, comes down to preference. OpenAI also obviously has been one of the founding fathers of the common AI space. But Claude, they have some open source APIs, application program interfaces that ChatGPT doesn't offer. It really just comes down to what types of feature sets you want. But I would say for most use cases, ChatGPT is just the easiest one to configure for most needs.
What I've heard, at least, Sam, and maybe you can confirm this, is that Claude is really great for coding. And
Yes, but ChatGPT just released their newest model, I want to say like a week ago, that the coding on it is quite impressive. So that, it's these different AIs, they're competing with each other just like any businesses. They're seeing what other models are doing and just improving upon themselves.
What are your
Go ahead, Anna.
some questions about, so are custom GPTs only with the paid version?
Custom GPTs are only with the paid version. Like I said, a paid version for an individual is $20 a month, but you also get access to their entire app marketplace of GPTs, which I can show you right here, which they have custom GPTs that were made by OpenAI, made by individuals that all have specific use cases that we were basically making with ours, but these ones have just been developed for a lot longer.
Okay, since we've got some questions stacking up, why don't you go to your next slide, Sam? And because you do have a little bit more material to cover, and then we'll be around to answer questions. We'll answer questions both during and at the end of this. Now, let me also note that there's a QR code that you might see in the corner of Sam's screen there. And that's to schedule a meeting with Sam. There's absolutely no cost in doing that. It'll just be a meeting where you can ask him many more questions, and he can start to understand exactly what you do and how you do it. All right. So right upper corner there, the QR code. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
All good. So those two exercises, great tools, obviously, but they still require you to do something. You still have to copy, paste, you still have to prompt and send. What if you didn't have to think at all? This is where Archway comes in, where we can build these custom automations that run for you. They run completely in the background. Picture this, like you're at dinner, you jet out early for a happy hour, you're on vacation, and a quote request comes in and it gets logged automatically. Or a follow-up email is generated without you touching a keyboard. Renewal reminders start going out based on policy expirations. Or you can start onboarding a client with a kickoff and a welcome email without you having to touch a single key. This isn't AI that needs to be babysat. This is really automation you can trust to keep working 24/7. And this is all done by connecting your existing systems, like your forms, your AMS, your email, and you start to build logic around them using platforms like Zapier or Make.com or other softwares that are out there.
Hey, Sam, why don't you explain what Zapier and Make.com, what they do?
Yeah, so you can think of these tools as dot connectors, where
What does that mean? Dot
yeah.
connectors.
So say you have your CRM and your agency management system. These tools basically connect the two of sending information from one tool to another back and forth. So for example, say you update a contact in HubSpot, you can set things up in Zapier to, once that contact is updated in HubSpot, that information automatically goes to your AMS and updates the associated record. So it's
But in
connected.
order to do that, like with Epic as an example, you have to buy their Epic API in order for you to get data
Epic,
in.
Epic is a little more technical heavy to set up, where they don't have a direct integration with some of these tools. But there's thousands of applications that these tools have directly integrated that is really just creating the flows and connecting those dots of, once something happens here, send that data there and update it there. We'll get in more to the actual AMSs and how they're integrated. Some much easier than others. And I know that's a big thing that I'm sure all of you guys want, is integration with your AMSs. And we'll be getting into that.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and just to go through this table real quickly, just a snapshot of some things that can be automated. We were kind of touching on these already, but just quote tracking from raters to spreadsheets or your CRM. You can automatically create those clean quote summaries to PDFs as they're coming in, rather than you having to go to Chat GPT. You can send those renewal reminders based on policy dates. You can have that form submission to your AMS data syncing. You can set up lead routing, internal alerts. The possibilities really are endless. Really, if there's data, if there's things happening in an application that you want to happen in another application, more times than not, these things can start to be automated.
All right. So we have a couple questions here before we get direct in there. I know we said we were going to save them to the end, but Mike Bloomfield asks, how safe or private is data sent to an AI model?
Yeah, so all of these AI models that I work with, whether it's Chat GPT or Google Gemini, they all have either SOC 2 and or SOC 3 compliance, which are data privacy standards that you need to get a certification for, where basically it's saying, hey, we are going to keep your data safe. And also what you can do with a lot of these automation workflows is you can choose an option to encrypt data as it's going through the systems and only get decoded once it's at its final source.
That's great. Tim Dean asks, how do you add AI to Outlook?
So the great thing with Outlook is obviously owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft has Microsoft Copilot. And there are licenses that you can get to directly integrate Copilot with all of your 365 applications. And once that's done, within Outlook, you'll see a little Copilot button where you can literally highlight an email, press that Copilot button, and say, like we were doing in ChatGPT, rewrite this email for more clarity, add a question at the end, what have you. And then it will be right there in your Outlook. It will rewrite that email. You can reread it and then send it out.
Cool. Cool. All right, Sam, continue. AMSs. I know all these.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've used them before.
So, all agencies, I'm sure you guys rely on your AMS as the source of truth. It's where you store that client data, the policy details, activities, tasks. It's the foundation of your operation. But here's the problem. That system is only good as the info that gets typed into it. When your team is busy, things could get missed, notes don't get logged, follow-ups fall through the cracks. And that's where automation starts to become critical. We've developed some custom solutions that integrate with most of the common AMS platforms to keep your systems accurate, keep them up to date, and best of all, automate it. So first one being Easy Links. The great thing is they are directly integrated with Zapier, which means they have an app within Zapier where you can trigger workflows directly to Easy Links whenever something happens. So say prospect fills out a form, you can automatically create that record in Easy Links right when the form's submitted. Say client sends an email saying, hey, I need to update this information. AI can read through that email, automatically update Easy Links based on what the client said. Then you get into...
And let me add there that you can have a check step through that. You could have a human go, wait a second, he wants to add a Ferrari. He doesn't have a Ferrari to his policy.
Yeah. So yes, there's always the human approval step you can add where, like you said, before it actually gets sent to Easy Links, you can have a human say, receive an email. Hey, does this all look good? Yes. Okay, send to Easy Links. So now we get into Applied Epic, where this one starts to take a little more technical muscle. There's a few options you can go through to start integrating Applied Epic directly into your automation workflows. First one being is scheduled exports, where you can export a raw data file of your Epic instance, say at the end of every day. And then once that's exported, have that automatically get sent to your workflow automation. Second one being is the API integration. Dad, you touched on this one a little bit earlier, but you do have to pay Applied Systems for the API usage. The price range varies.
Yeah, and I don't quote me on this, but it's basically a $3,000 professional services fee one time and about $300 a month for that API. And it can vary based on the size of your agency.
So there's a route there, but then there's the other route of utilizing Google Cloud Platform to make a database sync with your Applied Epic. Google and Applied, they work very well together. And with this, you're really only paying Google for that storage. Don't quote me on this exact number, but I think Google gives you about a terabyte of free data, which is 2,000 gigs. Is my math's right there? 1,000 gigs?
No, 1,000 gigs.
1,000 gigabytes, which should be plenty for most. But once that is set up, you basically have a mirror of your Epic database that can then directly be connected to these workflow automations. So once you go through one of those routes, you can start to automate these updates. You can start to trigger these renewal reminders, and you can start to push that data directly to Epic or pulling it directly from Epic to go to your other systems. AMS 360, it's a little bit more of the same as Applied. They do have an API. I'm not sure top hand what their pricing is there, but they also have the option of the scheduled data exports, where once you get that static export, you can start combining it with the tools we were touching on, like the Zapiers, to keep data moving. Definitely not plug and play with AMS 360 and Applied, but we've already built pretty reliable workflows that will do a lot of the heavy lifting here.
Yeah.
And then in terms of just like other applications and integrations, if you have a system that has export functionality, has fields, has data, more times than not, you can probably connect to it. You know, from CRMs to Raters, Google Sheets, HubSpots, plenty more. Really, at the end of the day, like if there is data, if it's a software, you can start to automate things from it.
Hey, a question about Hawksoft. Hawksoft has what's called a Zapier connector, I believe.
I do not think they do currently.
Okay, Jason Larson, I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, I'd have to double check there.
Okay, cool. Give us any other questions that you guys might have about automating your AMS. A lot of people are asking about Copilot versus Agency Zoom. I'm sorry, Copilot versus Chat GPT. What do you think about the difference, Sam? And
yeah, you know, I think if a big thing to you is having the AI directly integrated within your Microsoft applications, then Copilot's a great route to use. Because like we were saying earlier, it's directly in Outlook, it can be directly in Excel, but it's still similar to ChatGPT when it's directly integrated, where it's just asking it questions, prompting it for information. It's just not copying as much information over, you know. From my experience, they still give the same type of answers, you know, but the difference with Copilot is if you want it directly in your Outlook, directly in your Teams.
yeah, and I would just say that that's very dependent on how much and how deep you work with the Office applications.
100%.
Okay, cool.
Any other questions we can answer?
Well, you were saying other applications and integrations. Basically, if it has a data field, we can work with it generally.
Yeah, more times than not, if there's data, you can start to automate things from it. It's the world of technology is quite crazy right now, where it's just you can utilize their APIs or utilize their software to start getting data or posting data up to it.
Cool. All right, Sam, next slide.
Yeah, so, you know, to kind of tie it all together of just where to go from here. And if you want to start, you know, seeing what this looks like at your agency, like Brad was saying earlier, use that QR code, book free 30-minute discovery call for me where I'll work with you to start identifying those time-wasting tasks, those manual processes, and see if there's areas we can start to automate. And then from there, we'd start building out your first automation, whether it's those follow-ups, that onboarding, the quoting. It's really whatever you want to get your feet wet with, we can start to do. And once these are built, I will still be there to offer ongoing support, handle any improvements, answer any questions or trainings. I'm your person when it comes to starting to automate your business.
Hey, Hannah, I know that there are a lot of questions about Chat GPT, and I'm asking you to unmute.
Yeah.
So, Sam, do you want to go back to Chat GPT for a sec? What are some of the questions, Hannah?
So there's a bunch. 1 second. So how an agency could apply it to their agency? So if a prospect or client talked to the AI bot, would they need to integrate it with their AMS?
Well, I'll answer that. It depends, right? There are some questions that don't need to be put into an AMS, but what I would have integrated, if possible, is just sort of that chat sequence, or maybe a summary of that chat that gets attached to the client record in your AMS. Does that make sense, Sam?
Yeah. And, kind of what you were saying earlier, when, say, person is interacting with the chatbot, you can have everything logged to, say, an Excel spreadsheet, and then also just give it criteria of, say, they talked about a policy, then you could have it logged, or you can have that human intervention step. So it's really comes down to just like how much constraint you want to give things and how much you want to be fully autonomous.
Cool.
Robert F asked, so the questions that the chat came up from, where did they come from? Is it agent provided? Where does the chat source that info from?
So you can go about it two ways with that as well. When you're creating these what's called custom agents, you can either give it a list of predefined questions to ask, or you can have it come up with it on its own. So when you're configuring these bots, you can say, whenever someone asks to create a new policy, immediately ask these questions. It's, again, kind of similar to the last answer. It's how much constraint you want to put on these AIs versus how much you want it to let it think on its own to come up with its own solutions.
That's so crazy, Sam, to have a computer think on its own. It's just kind of wild. And we're at version 1 of AI, right? As we speak.
Yeah. And the more you use these agents, just the better and better they get. They're storing the information each chat, like they're learning as they go.
A lot of questions about the cybersecurity and compliance aspect when it comes to putting in like quotes into Chat GPT.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, it's all SOC 2 and SOC 3 compliant. OpenAI, they have a whole data privacy documentation. I'll be sure we include that when this recording's emailed out, but it will highlight everything much better than I can in the correct terminology of how they keep data secure and private.
Awesome. So I usually like these to go 45 minutes. So we're almost at the 45-minute mark. Hey, Sam, do you want to go back to your contact me form so that people know how to get in touch with you?
Yeah, if you scan this QR code right here, it will take you directly to a book a meeting page with me. There's my email on the left, sam.rubin@myarchway.com. LinkedIn's there as well. Feel free to connect.
All right. So Hannah, we have some more questions.
Yes. I'm deciding what to start with. So Owen Peak wants to hear more about introducing ChatGPT or similar to his account managers' workflows and producers so they can present quotes, whether it's new business or renewal market quotes. So I guess what's an easy way that you would introduce it into a sales process?
Yeah, so personally, what I would do is before bringing it to your other employees, I would have ChatGPT come up with its own training guide of how your team should be using it. So you give it all the context of these are the procedures we want these employees to follow. These are the steps they should go through. Make a comprehensive guide on how they should use ChatGPT for this new process. Then you can give that document to them walk through it with them, and they can start using it. But using AI to teach people how to use AI, that's the world we're in right now.
What is the cost of ChatGPT Pro, or the one you're on?
It's $20 a month.
And that's different than level 3?
What was that, Anna?
Is that different than the next level up?
So level 1 and 2 was things everyone in here can start to do on their own. It's using ChatGPT, creating those custom agents if they want to pay for the subscription. But then level 3 is where you don't need to touch a thing. It's where these things happen while you're sleeping, while you're out getting a drink. It's AI talking to other applications, applications talking to another application. But it's very separate than just paying for a ChatGPT subscription. It's utilizing the Zapiers of the world to start to automate all these processes.
We have a question from Tom Richardson. What generative AI model would you prefer to answer and analyze large PDF insurance policies? So Claude, Sonnet, ChatGPT. Are there others that would be better? Any tricks to prompt a large document to ensure you're grabbing information from the entire document?
So I know I'm a ChatGPT fanboy here, but ChatGPT just released a new-ish model called GPT-03. And from my experience of using it, it is fantastic at data analysis, document interpretation, and you can give it that PDF, long or small, to have it analyze and tell it, I need this information, or do data analysis on this document. I'm looking for XYZ. And if the file's too large for one chat window, you can basically prompt it saying, I'm going to be sending you, say, 15 files in multiple messages. Wait till I've sent all of them and then analyze all. Because sometimes you kind of hit your limit in one chat, but then if you can start to break it up a bit and not have it do its analysis until all have been sent.
One more question about cybersecurity. And I think this is more for you, Brad, just about how do you tailor your services to state level compliance requirements like NYSDFS?
Yeah, so NYSDFS or NYDFS is sort of the gold standard of cyber regs for the independent insurance agency community. So with all of our clients, that's what we aim for, is to comply with NYDFS. And there are different levels based on the different users that you're on. So any sort of automation interaction with AI, yeah, you need to think about the security side of things, and what sort of sources that you're using for that AI. I hope that that makes sense a little bit. So yeah, security is a big deal.
Did we touch on Agency Zoom?
So Agency Zoom is a product that works with AMS 360, and it's a sales automation platform, and I really love it. I think it's a great product. We'll get back to whoever asked about Agency Zoom, but I believe there's an integration with Agency Zoom because they were built not by Vertafore. They were built by really independent entrepreneurial people who don't want data siloed, and so they did an integration with Zapier. But I'm going to confirm that. Hannah, any other questions?
Not too many more coming in, but some of them I think make sense for Sam to reach out one-on-one, so we're not throwing everyone's information out there.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. So we capture all that, right? All
Mhm.
the chats. Okay. Well, listen, everyone. Want to thank you all for joining. We'll leave this screen up for a little bit if you want to book time with Sam. And appreciate all the great questions. I hope you guys all have an excellent weekend, an excellent Thursday and Friday.